Please welcome AVP Client Success, Cornerstone, Patrick Eichen.
All right. You're coming to my favorite part of Convergence, which is the Cornerstone Rave Awards. So thank you. Let me hear a round of applause if you had a great time at our conference tonight. Yeah? All right. Excellent. Well, as the client base has continued to grow, we have really had an amazing opportunity to see how our clients are leveraging Cornerstone and really enabling it to help their business. So you've heard and seen from a number of our clients over the course of some of these sessions, both in this room and some of the breakouts, all of their amazing stories. So the Rave Awards is really just an opportunity for us to recognize those clients that have really done just an exceptional job of unlocking the value of Cornerstone and really having a significant and positive impact on their business. So again, we've been doing this now for several years, and we just continue to see a significant increase in the amount of entries and also the amount of clients that are applying to speak at Convergence. And I just want to say every single one of those applications and stories that we've heard, they're all remarkable. And so we feel really fortunate to have such a great client base. So our clients today, they all have several things in common. One of the first things are, they're very, very focused on user adoption and really creating an amazing end user experience. They're focused on improving process design. They spend a lot of time looking at how do I expand the use of Cornerstone within my business? How can I continue to just, adopt more features and just really have an end-to-end solution? And then ultimately, how do I continue to just optimize and just use a lot of the new features that come with Cornerstone to drive some of the business objectives that we have? So in years past, we'll be honoring clients, and again, similar this year, in 5 distinct categories: learning strategy innovation, impact on user adoption, visionary and performance management, transformational HR and talent strategy, and advancement in reinventing work. So just to talk a little bit about how this will go, I'm going to introduce each category in a little bit more detail. I'll say a few words on the winning organization, and then I'd like the winning organization to join me here on the stage for a photo and to share a couple of words about your story. So our first award will be for learning strategy innovation. So the purpose of this award is to recognize innovative clients that have really done a lot to drive their learning design and their process improvement. These are organizations that are really transforming the way that their corporate landscape is evolving and are really doing things to drive learning to support their business needs. So the finalists in this category, we have 3 finalists, as we do in all the categories. Our first finalist is Fossil. Our second finalist is the Redwoods Group. And our third is Altria. So the winning client in this category, they recognized that they were vastly underutilizing their LMS internally, and they really wanted to go through a transformative realignment of their learning and development organization. So this particular organization, they focused on a really small part of their organization and said, we're going to expand our L&D experience across the entire organization. And they looked to really leverage Cornerstone to do that. So they provided a really differentiated approach to on-demand training. They introduced social collaboration within their organization, and they really focused on mobile enablement as well. And so this client, they saw absolutely tremendous results. 99% of their active employees started leveraging the new learning experience within 6 weeks. So just tremendous uptick. They launched 14 communities of practice, 6 new programs that were focused on role-specific curricula, hosted over 40,000 sessions, and had over 20,000 completions in the first half of the year. And this really led to a complete culture shift for L&D, and again, it's viewed now as a critical component to the organization's ongoing strategy. So if we could, I'd love to get a big round of applause for our winner, the Altria Group. Stand right here for a photo. Congratulations. Right there. free to say a few words.
Wow. I can't believe we won. It's so exciting. You know, it's funny, we were up here earlier today talking a little bit about our story, and it's funny that last year was my sort of first year in L&D, my first experience here, and thought, gosh, it would be, some of the work we're doing would be great if, I don't know, if we could be recognized for what we're trying to do, and if people could see the change, and if our organization will see it, and I think that some of the numbers you quoted show that, and we're just so proud, I mean, of the work that we do and our team does for us back home. Thanks to Cornerstone and all of our support partners through this process, Patricia, John Adrian, Chris Renda, Brian Burschback, Craig Brassington, who you met this morning from TriBridge, all the work that they did, and our whole team back home. We couldn't do it without them. So thanks very much. We're really honored. Thanks.
All right. So our next award will be for impact on user adoption. So really the purpose of this award is to recognize organizations that have really invested in the overall experience within Cornerstone. So I think all of you are focused on different ways to drive user adoption, and again, a lot of it is around designing really welcoming home pages and custom pages. But more importantly, as you know, a lot of it is around the change management, and a lot of it is around making sure that the communication that you're doing to drive your overall strategy is something that's resourceful. And I think for most of you, it's focused on not just making the Cornerstone application a point-in-time activity, but something that is more of a destination and is something that is ingrained in the overall experience of being at the organization. So again, we have 3 finalists in this category as well. Our first finalist is Dunkin' Brands. Our next finalist is RSM, and our final finalist is Avari. So the winning client in this category really focused on designing a flexible learning experience to really address the complex needs for organizations that have a franchise or a franchisee model. So this company has over 150,000 learners, and again, proper execution of brand standards, education, really focus on making sure everybody knows about new products and processes is critical. Big part of their focus was on just designing a very inviting UI, making the process for store employees to find training as easy, and at the end of the day, also making sure anything that they did didn't create a lot of administrative burden for their team. So this client, they rolled out new functionality in 3 distinct phases. They did it over 10 months. Each phase was supported with a variety of things, such as informational webinars, training sessions, and field visits. They really developed, again, a personalized experience, which allowed them to closely monitor and make mid-course corrections, whether that was just to information about the new process or even, in some cases, making changes to the course midstream to drive adoption. Again, they saw some amazing results. You know, they were able to drive down the time that their employees were in training by 21%, but at the same time increase completions by 8%. And that ultimately led to a significant decrease in training spend and over $10,000 a month, which is just, again, huge opportunity. So we'd like to, again, congratulate our winner in this category, Dunkin' Brands. Congratulations. All right, right here. Come this way. Perfect, right here. Perfect.
Thank you, Academy. So Barry just told me I had to speak, but if you know Barry, you know that this is his award. We're lucky at Dunkin' Brands to have such a talented learning management team. A very small team, as you can see, and I have the privilege of working with them for a couple of years now. So I get crazy ideas, Barry has crazier ones, and then he has to find a way to implement them. So this is really his award, and our franchisees' lives, their crew members, are better because of the training that we put out and administer on the learning management system. So we thank our partners at Tribridge for all their help and support, and Cornerstone as well. Some of our franchisees are instrumental in developing this with us and having user cases with them. So the thank you also goes to them. So thanks everybody for this great award.
All right. Okay, on to our third award, which is Visionary and Performance Management. So really the purpose of this award is to recognize organizations that are infusing performance management into their culture. They recognize that these aren't just separate processes. This is just a tool that can be used to develop and continue success in an organization. These clients, they've had the difficult internal conversations that come up when you're trying to really change your performance process and really just trying to get to the point where you're providing a great user experience, but you're balancing that against the needs of your leaders in your organization and really finding that delicate balance and that optimal experience. So we have three nominees in this category. The first is Dot Foods. Next is West Monroe Partners and Potash Corporation. So the winning client in this category did not have a centralized approach to performance management, which I know a lot of you have been there before. They had inconsistencies in some of their global processes, and at the same time they ended up going through a merger, which is again oftentimes a great opportunity to reinvent processes. So they really again focused on a few key areas to help drive this process. The first is focusing on standardization across the organization, focusing on increased accountability internally, greater transparency, and ultimately making sure that anything they did aligned to the broader strategic priorities of the organization. One thing that they did that was very interesting is they decided to drop a forced distribution within their performance process and actually got rid of the overall rating in their performance review process altogether, which I know many of you have kind of thought about and asked of other clients that have done this. So this particular client did that. One of the other things that they really tried to do is focus on shifting focus onto individual goals and really the demonstration of just critical competencies within the organization and making it all about that person's individual contribution to the business. So again, another client that saw absolutely great results in implementing what they did. They drove their performance completion process from 40% in the previous year all the way out to 98% in 2016. Even with the shift that they made with their performance review process, their overall ratings were as they were expecting them to be, right in line. So even making that big change of changing the overall ratings didn't have a material negative impact to the business. They ultimately were able to increase overall employee engagement as well as measured through a variety of channels within their organization. And again, this is another client where their senior leaders are recognizing by making this change, it really is the starting place to building a performance culture. So please join me in recognize the winner of this award, Potash Corporation. Congratulations. Absolutely. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have to say you stole a lot of my thunder there. This journey started 2 years ago, and it was really through the guidance of our executive steering committee, our HR and organization talent and development teams, to really lay the foundation for this new culture. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned them I'm sure they'll see this eventually on YouTube or something. So I wanted to give thanks to them, and really the senior leadership, from the top down, they were instrumental in basically adopting this new process, this new culture, and I really wanted to. The 40% from 2 years ago to 98% where we are currently, I mean that's incredible, and it really was a team effort. But one of the big things that that we kind of one of the biggest observations that we've noticed in this whole process and this journey was that introducing this new culture kind of really inspired some quality conversation between our leadership and our employees. So for all of you on your own journeys, take that concept into account. I think that's something that's missing right now in performance management. So thank you to Cornerstone, to our implementation partner, Deuce Group, and have a great day.
Our next award is for Transformational HR and Talent Strategy. This award is really focused on recognizing organizations that are creating a more value and business-driven HR. So our finalists in this category are UPS, KE Solutions, and Bright Horizons. So the winning client in this category embarked on a really interesting journey to just completely overhaul their approach to talent management. This is a very large organization. They have over 400,000 employees in over 195 countries. Their process to performance management and career development, relatively static for about 20 years, and again, looking to really take advantage of reinventing the way they work. They look to address concerns about their ability to manage talent. They looked at opportunities to reduce labor-intensive efforts and compensation. And again, redesigned and deployed a completely new performance management process. This included identifying and developing career and succession management, high potential programs, creating an integrated view of talent, providing management with comprehensive training around goals, around performance, career management, just again, a complete end-to-end transformation. What we really appreciate about this is their focus was again, core in 4 main areas, making sure it was meaningful, clear, simple, and flexible, and that the focus was really on returning value to the employee. So what's most impressive about this story is they touched multiple areas of talent, and they were able to do this transformation in under 16 months. So please join me in congratulating our winner in this category, UPS. Congratulations. Absolutely. Congratulations. Congrats. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Congratulations. Matt, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I'd really like to say we really appreciate all the partnership that we have between the Cornerstone group, our implementation partners with Aperio and Aon. We had a very aggressive schedule, got a lot of advice. Hey, why don't you just do one cloud at a time? And we said, thank you, but we're going to do them all at one time. So we're 90 days in. We turned on all 4 clouds of performance, career, and compensation and learning on March 1st. And so we'll probably come back next year and tell you how that's going, a little bit more with business results. But again, just can't tell you how much we appreciate the partnership and helping us get there.
We have more modules if you want to launch more. No problem.
Okay.
We got this.
Thank you.
All right. For our final Rave Award category is Advancement in Reinventing Work. So the purpose of this award is to really recognize organizations that are finding ways to attract the best people to the right jobs, but are doing it in a really inspiring way, that they're capitalizing on the collective knowledge within their organization to really transform the way we work today. So we have 3 finalists in this category as well. Our first finalist is Upwardly Global. Next is Sam Houston State University and St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So the winning client in this category really is interesting. They focus on providing training to those who may otherwise not have the opportunity to get trained. Today, over 2 million immigrants are either underemployed or unemployed here in the U.S. workforce. And when you're arriving to the U.S. and trying to find a job, sometimes just having work experience and having a good education, it's not enough. You need more. This organization focuses on specifically working with immigrants and refugees to really help them find their place in that job market. They provide a lot of skills that I think some of us take for granted every day, such as familiarizing a way to people so that they know what the U.S. interview process looks like, making sure that they know how to network and to market themselves in the workforce today, and to also provide a lot of supplemental training on things like cross-cultural communication, industry insights, and personal development. So again, like all of our Rave Award winners really saw impactful results. They saw a 10% increase in the training completions that they had in using the Cornerstone solution. They were able to increase the speed of delivery. 86% of the people that go through their doors now are able to complete the training in 20 days or less, which has a material impact on their ability to join the job market. And most impactful, they've had over 4,000 placements to date. And again, most exciting, more than half of those placements have happened in 2016, which is more than the last 10 years combined. So again, really making a great impact. So please join me in congratulating our winner today, Upwardly Global. Congratulations. Absolutely. Fantastic story. Congratulations. Thanks.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Patrick, you summarized what we do beautifully. We are a nonprofit. Upwardly Global works with skilled immigrant and refugee job seekers who are just trying to re-enter their careers here in the U.S. And Cornerstone is really, truly helping us do that more efficiently with the Learning Cloud. And we're so thankful to Cornerstone and to the foundation for helping us get there. And we're excited to see where we'll go in the future with Cornerstone.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Need that water from lost my voice because of Billy Idol last night. So before we wrap up, we actually wanted to recognize another really important part of our client community today. As many of you know, in October 2015, we launched the Client Community Expert Program in the Client Success Center. These are clients who are identified as experts, have spent a lot of time using Cornerstone, and actually take that education and that background that they have, and they use it to help other customers. So, often these are clients that are answering questions in the Ask the Expert area of the community, and they're sharing their not just their Cornerstone expertise, but also just their own process and their own business expertise with our broader client community. So I know we had over 30 participants here at Convergence who have either been a participant in the Ask the Expert community or a co-chair of some of those communities. So if you're in the audience right now, can you please just stand if you're a member of that community? Yeah, give these folks a round of applause. Yeah, we really appreciate what you do, and again, it's not just Cornerstone. I mean, your fellow clients really do appreciate what you do for them every day. So aside from just recognizing those that are in the audience, we actually instituted a Rockstar of the Quarter award last year. And what we do is we recognize one client each quarter based on a drawing of the most answered questions and really the most participative people that are in our client community. So we'd like to just take a moment to recognize these 4 people here today. So please come up to the stage when I announce your name for your award. So our first Rockstar of the Quarter from American Hospital Association is Janet Zink. Our next Rockstar of the Quarter from GMR Marketing, Bree Botcher. Wait till we get off. From the Cheesecake Factory, Shadi Zamaridian. And from ISO New England, Meredith Brulette. Again, thanks again for all you do. Our clients truly, truly appreciate everything that you do. And Cornerstone, we appreciate you guys sharing your expertise with us. So thanks again. Excellent. Hey, absolutely. Thank you. All right, let's give one more round of applause to all of our Rave Award winners today. I want to thank everybody here. Enjoy the rest of the conference. And again, please be sure to be back here at 3:15 for what I think you're all waiting for, which is the product roadmap session. Thanks and have a great afternoon.